I push it right here. You're gonna be the furthest back, like Rosa Parks. That's what one Did you run this one?
You know, are so bad. Not that many on here. They just asked me. We're gonna have to take the case off.
Is that nothing?
No, that's cool. see the questions. I'm just gonna
Interesting experience. I've seen this room so many times on the screens. We got to come here and launch this year. My first time for a meeting that is going to be a part of it. My understanding that the agenda is not very heavy, but it has gone to the attention of at least agencies and parties and now wonderful family of investigating advocates. I'm very, very, very excited to see what this meeting produces. The meetings I've heard are, for the most part, always ordinary, very boring, very much so getting business done. And the most engaging is the public comments. It's so interesting to see. I'm also very, 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 very proud because you see that a lot of the chairs are occupied. That speaks to an engaged community of some sort. Dang. It speaks to an engaged community of some sort. So I don't know how much longer this meeting is going to be before it gets underway. But this should definitely be an interesting experience. It's my first time being in an RV village meeting.
hopefully y'all heard them better. That's what they gonna say. They heard my sneeze louder than your voice. They said my sneeze was louder than your voice.
Hell, you're going to be a historical society and you're alive. History going to be all but begin history from a line. How long you been doing this? Periodically? You for the city?
I'm employed with a Hollywood Herald.
Right. Right. Y'all do good stuff for her. They got a nice camera. They've been at it for a long time. That's your camera. Okay. One day, I ain't. Yeah, you could make a movie with that money. Let's get the Netflix. I'm Virginia. Look at that. Yeah, the news. Oh yeah. Need some strength in your arm. Push the button. I might help y'all. Okay, so we just changed the settings so that it can show all messages. A little red grid system. Trying to fight the arms that they're long, reach at their long. Everybody needs to reach at their long. Everybody long reach right now.
Oh, that's fine. And that's something. Right. Yeah, I just don't think yeah.
Maybe an advocate like me. I don't know.
It's one from hang out here.
As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure somebody needs to go and break up the league and poke out the city. I don't do that.
Yes,
Come on, they can't go. You know, it's like mama used to say, you ain't got no snacks. That's the indication. That's what the father is. The snacks is we ain't got. Chappelle, someone let me see your turban. No turban. Chappelle the turban. Chappelle turban. Okay. Look at turban. Hey! So I get excited when I see my people. Get a little excited. Get a little excited. I just got a little excited. Good to see you. Order of protection is denied. Order of protection. Order that was going to go my stop is I've been rejecting for them for a long time, so it ain't like this. Make them smile. They think you're going to do something. That's crazy. They got so happy. Weird. Weird. Yeah, weird. Weird. That's fine.
That's a rough life, not being able to get it. I actually really like Apple Pie. I like it when
College meeting order. This is the city of Harvey, Illinois council meeting. It is Monday, October 14, 2025, 7:01. With all present, all persons, council members, mark themselves as such. Uh, Next item is the invocation of pledge of allegiance. You want to be sometime?
Bow our heads in prayer. Throne of grace. Gracious Lord and Father, we come today, Lord, as humbly as we know how. We come to you, Lord, Jesus, with our cups half full. We know the Lord is the Lord. You are the way to bring us abundance of grace and mercy and blessings, Lord, because you've already done so. Lord Jesus, we give thanks, Lord Jesus, for waking us up every morning and allowing us to come together in our Son, in the right frame of mind. We thank you for our family members. We thank you for the physical blessings. We thank you for the financial blessings. Lord Jesus, we cannot thank you enough for the sins of the word that if we see the face, you will heal our land. Matthew 6:33 says, I can do all things through Christ Jesus that strengthens me. Lord, we believe in our heart. We are your flock. You are our shepherd. Lord Jesus, we ask you for leadership. We ask you for your guidance, Lord Jesus. We ask you for an abundance, Lord Jesus, of blessings throughout this entire city. We want you to bless this city of Harvey. We have adversity, but everybody has adversity. Lord, we know that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. Lord, we ask you, this is our prayer. We ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
sorry, y'all. I had to fix the volume.
Next is presentation. So we have the variance, automatic reports. We will start with this is four.
Thank you all. Good evening, everybody. We're glad you all can make it out. It's so nice to see so many participation here in the city council meeting. My report this evening is going to be very short, very brief. I would like to make condolences to one of the residents of the Grade 6 Ward that recently demised in deceased. Her name is Felicia Jamerson. She just passed away. So heartfelt condolences go out to the Johnson family. Her mother, Regina Johnson, she's a great supporter. They're great people and a great family. So let me keep that family in prayer. And that is my report.
Next, in the second ward.
Good evening, everyone. Before I speak on the city's finances, I want to extend my condolences to the Maxey family. Also, I want to urge the public to remain vigilant. Amir Marshall, a 16-year-old student, was last seen leaving Norton High School on Thursday, July 10, 2025. Her photo is shared on the Harvey Police Department's Facebook page. Please share it, stay alert, and help bring her home safely. I want to address a couple of things regarding the finances, beginning with the financial mismanagement in Harvey. Since June 2024, I've sent 10 emails to the mayor, council, and comptroller with no response. Even my own reimbursement approved on June 10, 2024 without my vote came with silence. Worse, this $50,000 was allocated to the second ward residents in the budget and is still being withheld. That's not a delay, that's a disservice. Audit failure costing taxpayers. On September 18, 2024, the Illinois Comptroller issued a fourth audit notice after Harvey failed to submit the required financial reports for 2022 and 2023. By November 1st of 2024, the city's compliance plan was rejected for lacking even a CPA engagement letter. Now we're paying $122,500 worth of big-point auditor because of this administration's neglect. Unpaid bills and temporary shutdowns. By June 4th, 2025, Harvey faced shutdowns of its software and mailing systems to the amount of $58,885.80 in unpaid invoices. Outstanding bills from May 26th and June 23rd remain unreconciled, no public explanation. Unexplained building and inspectional costs. According to the May 25th, 2025 bills list, the city paid $63,142.50 to BNF Construction Code for inspectional services. Yet there's no breakdown, no detail on what was done, where, or for whom. That's why I'm calling for the Economic Development Committee, chaired by Third Ward Alderman Tony Smith, to meet, not just get their reports, to demand answers. Fireworks instead of relief. In July of 2024, Harvey spent about $32,640 on fireworks at one night show. Harvey's population is just under 20,000. That money could have been provided to 2,000 households to offset the 86.2% property tax increase. $1,000 per person or per family. Instead, residents like Ms. Doherty, a 50-year homeowner, forced out of her home for a retention fine for feet nothing. The fireworks faded in one night. Birthday ignore still burns today. And to record, for the record, 15314 has squatters currently residing in it. I have more to say, but thank you, City of Harvey, for your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have the third ward.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to be sure as well. Just want to thank the city staff for doing such a good job. I know, it's hard with the resources that we have, the limited resources we have. You still come, show up with your head on, ready to put your boots on the ground. Streets, you guys have been doing really well. I know we had a little pullback, but I see that some of the lots have gotten cut, started back in, cut in. We appreciate that as well. I think that's part of the work.
Thank you. Next is fourth ward.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully everybody's staying cool. Appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. My report will be somewhat briefly, but when it comes to ward expenses, if residents are not aware, aldermen are supposed to be allocated to receive up to $25,000 a year for beautification in their ward. They don't necessarily guarantee you get all the money, but they should be able to get something. I've been alderman for 7 years. 7 years, you add that up, it adds to about $175,000 for my ward. And out of that amount, I believe I received 15 or 20 for your information. So with $150,000 for beautification, where does the money go? They say it goes to the general fund, but nobody know how to spend it. If you don't have my money for my ward and not give it to me, I should be the one to be able to decide where I want it to be spent. That's at least just being fair. I've been trying to meet with the mayor for about 4 months now. For whatever reason, we just can't schedule a date, or if I can get a date or get a reply back, just to sit down and meet with the man, break bread, manifest, make things better, and show them I'm trying to communicate. That's all I'm trying to do. My public safety meetings, I'm chairman of the Public Safety Committee. I'm pretty sure the residents are concerned about the city, the safety of the city, the improvements of the city, the suggestions for the city. But for whatever reason, maybe I didn't get my schedule meeting in June, I didn't get my schedule meeting July. I have one scheduled for the 21st. Hopefully I can have that, but I haven't received anything back yet. Like I said, once it comes to the ward expenses, You only receive a certain amount at one time, the increments, but $25,000 is not a lot of money to do when it comes to streets or tearing down houses, but beautifying the area. You know, we have Gateway Sound, 147th, the Dixie Highway has been off for about 10 years now. You know, just some beautification, put some flags up, get some garbage cans on the corners that say help clean up Harvey. You know, help the seniors from now, having back to school events, things like that, which I don't have the privilege of doing. So with that being said, I wish that we can all somehow work this thing on out. I'm still a team player. Doesn't matter the situations. I'm on this team. We are all on this team. And I was brought up that way. I was coached that way. You don't have to like a person, but you still have to play the game with that person. All I'm saying is just pass me the ball because I want to shoot too. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the first ward.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to be a little brief because I do like to speak about the expense accounts. The expense accounts was changed to the actual expense account. It's no longer called beautification.
You speak into the
Oh, I'm sorry. The beautification account has been allocated back to the street department. If you remember when I first was elected, we had X amount of money to cut grass. Now, that has been put back into the street department. So our expense accounts are $25,000. There are certain guidelines in which you can use your expense account. Within those guidelines, it's all written out in the municipality code, chapter 65. Once you fill that out, like I do, and I do have like a 3 to 4 month wait, but what happens is that I pay everything out of pocket first and submit the receipt. So with that being said, everything has a receipt and I've already paid for it. I believe each alderman at the beginning of the term received $4,000, and once that money is used up, then you can get reimbursed through that. But that is my understanding of the expense account. Second of all, I would like to mention is I read this on the internet and I thought it was really interesting. You take the group of ants, you have red ants and you have black ants, and you put them together in a jar, and they will co-mingle, they will get along. But somebody will come around and shake up that jar, and they start attacking one another. So the moral of what I'm trying to say is, before we react, let's get all our facts. Let's be careful about who's shaking up our jar, so we can have so much anger and hostility. I mean, I'm telling you, this really has to stop with the lies. And I'm not saying anyone at this council can give us lies, because everyone has their own truth and believe in what they're saying. But I'm seeing a lot more out there, and I'm just flabbergasted. Somebody asked for my resignation. Let me tell you something. I took the note, and I swear to God. So as long as I'm sitting in this seat, as long as I am not resigning under no circumstances. With that, I want to say thank you very much, and have a blessed day.
Thank you. Next is public comment. Public comment is encouraged and appreciated. This is the only opportunity for the public to address the city council on agenda items and any other city-related business. In order to accomplish all business on the agenda and in respect of everyone's time, council members will not engage in dialogue with individual members of the audience, and no immediate action will be taken on any public comment issue. When your name is called, proceed to the podium. State your name. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. No speaker may donate his or her time for the speaker. Comments shall be courteous and respectful at all times. No person may use public comment for the purpose of campaign or advertising. This is a question and answer time, and council cannot engage in conversation with public. Questions and concerns about operations should be addressed with the city staff on regular business hours. And before we get started, I just wanted to say that we understand that everyone has an opinion of the way things are supposed because someone gets up and makes a comment about a particular issue doesn't not mean that comment is fact. It just means that it was the opinion of the person who is giving it. So please govern yourself accordingly. Now, first on public comment is Lee Green, followed by Ryan Sandowski.
Testing 1, 2. Good morning, Mr. Love. Everyone else. Got a couple of concerns in reference to an ongoing situation that I've been here and I've discussed quite a few times. And it started about 4 weeks ago when we met and would establish an ongoing relationship with a community member as a confidant. Immediately open up privileged information. These are not allegations. This is from his testimony with information on said individual with confidential data. Over a period of 4 weeks, the individual or individuals, because it wasn't just one person, it was a group of people, harassed, threatened with violence, and he even physically assaulted a business owner with violence. That business owner was hospitalized. Yes, that business owner was hospitalized. Mob action and guns were included in this action. The police stood down while the business owner was visiting, including Officer Leggett, on several occasions. Tens of thousands of dollars of inventory was stolen from this said business owner. I want to play a witness statement from the individual, one of the individuals involved in this mob action, and we have several, including the business owners' people, the business owners' employees, who eventually sat out and met with, including their attorney, and we are working on what happens next. So I just want the community to listen to this. And this is one piece, one video from a particular assault in the mob action. This is witness testimony. I'm going to stop right there because there's another piece about the several videos and witness statements that we have. But this is one that's involving a $20,000 payout that allegedly you took, Mr. Clark, from this individual. And I want you to hear this.
Thank you very much.
I will share the information to the board. Township citizens actually here.
Please have a seat.
I'll meet the media outside.
Next is Ryan Sandowski, followed by Shaquille Lewis.
My name is Ryan. I'm with the Harvey Historical Society and resident of Harvey. I'm glad that several of you brought up the expense accounts. It's very concerning, and it goes along with the pattern that we have seen that I've been speaking against for several years now as far as no accountability for our tax dollars. We at the Harvey Historical Society, we recently, through FOIA, because the city will not give us any information about our finances, we were able to obtain some of the expense receipts for all the women in Druinsky, and we did share some of those. Some of them for about a year's time included around $1,000 for turkeys, $500 for calendars, $1,000 for a DJ, and $900 for a ward phone bill. This is a few of them. You can go online and look at more. But my question is, not that it's bad to use the ward expense lines on things, but we can't get potholes fixed, we can't get streetlights on, we cannot get stray dogs and animals picked up that are attacking people, but Shirley's hosting parties in the first ward. So then my question is, why does my alderwoman not get reimbursed? Why has she not been reimbursed for years for her expenses? I mean, obviously, this seems like a way that Mayor Clark is trying to buy aldermen's votes and to withhold funds if people don't vote how he wants to. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think that that's acceptable. Also, it begs the question, like, which is it, Mayor Clark and the 4 Alder Yesman? Is Harvey broke because you mismanaged it for 6 years, or do we have money, but for whatever you want to pay for it? I think it's really the second thing. Because I noticed whether it's your 24-hour security that you have, Mayor, for the house that you were told you don't even stay at, there's always those 3 police cars there, the camera. I mean, but then, like I said, Harvey's in the first ward, that's great. If the city didn't look like it was falling apart, but then Shirley gets all her expenses paid for her work, while all ours is less. Also, I wanted to mention that echoing the waste of the tens of thousands of dollars for the 4th of July. While that's going on, the mayor is sending the police to bully, harass, and arrest and ticket people who are just asking, where's the money? Like Melissa Crowley, a neighbor of mine, who was arrested and injected needles against her will. So I just want to know why Mayor Clark has been using our police to protect certain actors, individuals going around the city that are trespassing on private property, they're doxing people. One of them came to my home during the 4th of July parade and actually attacked me at my home. So why are you doing this? And if you have something to say, Mayor Clark, just say it. Don't use our police to protect these bad actors. Thank you.
Next we have Chappelle Hooks, followed by Sheree Bradbury.
Hello, y'all. I'm Chappelle Hooks. In 2023, I was elected to the Harvard Public Library Board. Thank you for who all work for me. So, we have a lot of things in Harvey that's going on at the same time. Just a couple of days ago, I'm pretty sure if you guys follow me on Facebook, I went live on 153rd and Myrtle, which that is supposed to be the area of the retention pond. There was a lady in Miss Dorothy's old house, her and her significant other, they're living there. And by their admission, they've been there for 2 months already. And they're just, they said that they had permission to be there. I'm trying to figure out if you guys wanted these people to be out so bad, why are you allowing squatters to come in and stay? I mean, Harvey has had corruption in the past, plenty of corruption. And I'm trying to figure, is it because if they stay long enough, they'll be able to get an ID and they'll be able to vote? I'm trying to figure if that's the reason they're there. Because it's not just that one house, it's a couple of people that's squatting on 153rd and Myrtle. And then y'all tore up 154th for a year and the street is starting to sink. What did you do? I mean, that was how many millions of dollars y'all wasted and the street starting to sink? Y'all got movies coming, people doing movies in Harvey. Why would you want to do that? That's embarrassing. Look how it looks. And y'all want to put that on this big screen for the millions of people to see? That's crazy. Y'all looking to embarrass us. Is that the goal? To embarrass Harvey? To make us look like we just raggedy? Because basically that's all they gonna see. I mean, and then where's this money going? Where's the money going? I'm pretty sure y'all gonna have police patrolling, that's gonna have to cost the taxpayers. Y'all gonna have all this stuff going on, but ain't nobody patrolling over there on 153rd and Myrtle to keep them squatters out of there. But, 157th page, always got a police officer sitting over there. And y'all supposed to be demolishing these homes. What if y'all demolish the home and somebody in there, a whole family in there? What y'all gonna do then? Like the people that boarded up over there on Hofstede. I mean, make it make sense. Y'all need to, figure out what y'all gonna do and let us know where this money
Thank you. Next we have Sheree Bradbury.
Well, they pretty much took everything I wanted to say. Well, I was born and raised in this city. I want to see my city great again. That's pretty much what I want to say. We need to see a difference. That's pretty much all I want to say. I want to see it better. We need to make it better. The money better, the streets better, the housing better, everything needs to be better. Today I seen two young men, they came in talking about moving, they was doing a movie out here. And I'm asking, okay, we want to do, y'all doing a movie out here, how's this gonna benefit our city? And they didn't answer me. So my thing is, these people, this is the second or third time somebody came out here doing movies, and I'm not seeing a difference. We still have abandoned buildings, but no businesses coming in, no making a difference. So I'm trying to see what we're gonna do about that. I want to see a difference. All this arguing, bickering, and all this other stuff, I want to see a difference. I don't see no difference in the last 6 years. I didn't see a difference. That's all I want. That's all I got to say, because they took everything I want to say. I just want to see a difference.
All right, next is Louis J. Donahue, followed by Stringer Harris.
What I'm about to say, I actually talked about it a little bit over 2 or 3 months ago. One of the significant things that we need in an administration, of course, we need to move forward. We need to stop bickering about what is not going on, but look at what things that are going on and possibly going. We cannot do it alone. We have to do it together. And no matter what we say, or whatever we try to put together, we're not going to get any help from the outside. It was quite significant when the show went dark. 6 years, okay? What happened? Nothing. But I did want to mention one thing particularly, and this is going to be directed by the concerned citizens of Harvey in reference to the finances. Yes. And to the treasurer. The treasurer has never made a report in over 6 years. I did not want to say anything about the treasurer while that particular person was not present. But I will reiterate on much of the things that have gone on that are negative. There's a lot of positive things going on. Just open your eyes. Go up down 147th Street. Go up and down here, Sibley. Go up on Dixie Highway. We have some things that are coming in here. Take advantage of it. I'm going to read this very quickly because of the time limit. Concerned citizens of Harvey are requesting that the treasurer position be immediately eliminated, including with the cessation of salary. A financial report has not been remitted to the Harvey City Clerk since August 2024. A public omission statement by the current treasurer, who is an elected official and a certified public accountant, has never been made. We are still waiting. The person has really abused over $240,000 plus monies, and also the dollars of being re-elected for the same position again and again. A second time, how he needs the money, payments without deduction.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Stringer Harris, followed by Geraldine Harris.
strong believer, if you don't like it, get out. I'm just saying. I haven't seen one positive thing from residents. And I've been a taxpayer in Harvey for over 20 years. And I'm trying to figure out why is there so much attack on this administration when before that administration, it was just the same, not worse. Didn't nobody really complain about coming in every which way in Harvey, and it looks like crap. It looked like crap when Kellogg was there. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh man, but I will say this. The police department, back in 2019 to 2020, had 36 homicides. This year alone, they have 3, and 2 of them are closed. Let me say that again for the people in the back. It's only 3 homicides, or actually 3 shootings, I guess, or homicides, how you want to put it, and 2 of those are closed. Like, I wanted to take my hat off to the chief of police here and the police department that's doing such a great job with that. Crime is actually down in the city of Harvey. And if you don't say nothing about nothing, that's something to say something about. You can shake your necks, you can shake your head, facts are facts. All you have to do is look up the facts. We can find problems with anybody and anything. I'm gonna do one more. I found out maybe last week that it was a resident whose house caught on fire next door to somebody else. And as much as we talked about giving back to residents and doing that, I also want to commend and take my hat off to the mayor for helping this lady out when people voted against it. When this lady in her own ward, her alderwoman didn't even help her. So, let that be known. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next we have Jeremy Harris, followed by Jedediah Brown.
My name is Jeremy Harris. I have lived at 15313 South Avenue over 50 years. I was elected official of the Harvey Public Library District for 6 years. I served those 6 years to the best of my knowledge as a servant of this community. Now I'm faced with, I want to first say thank you to the Honorable Mayor Kellogg, to the Honorable Judge Barker. I don't know why, because the last time, not this the last time, the last administration didn't allow me to talk. So sometime when I'm in this place, I wanted to talk, but I was there in May of 2019 when he had to leave, because he did nothing for our city but wrong. But I want to thank this council for all that you continue to do. I know this is the only job learning for each and every one of you. And you all did a great job. Thank you for that wonderful parade that you used the funds for to make this city a happy day for the 4th of July. Even though we had agitators out there, but that was dismissed. I've treated the blood of Jesus over that destruction and others that believe in the blood of Jesus. My alderman, I wish you would get with the streets and sanitation and clean up the alley from the debris and the torn up road that is adjacent to Vine and Ashland and 153rd Street block. We got tall trees, everything, over 7 feet tall in the back of the home. Please, let's get that done. Everybody's talking about, you know what? Every city, every administration has to report to Susan Mandola, who is the secretary, who is in charge of the monies here in the state of Illinois. You need to read. People, you got to read. Go to the Attorney General Freedom of Information and Open Meeting Act and find out the rules and regulations. Read. Because no one is saying nothing about the library. Nobody. And you're paying hefty taxes. resources, even though it's in shambles. We need people to be able to come in there and sit down and get cool and get warm in the wintertime. I want to thank you very much, neighbors, for listening to me, because I am interested in this city.
Thank you very much. Next we have Jedediah Brown.
Good evening. My name is Jedediah, and I want to be here to introduce myself and control my own narrative. I went to Gordon Township High School in 2005, and I come back to a Harvey I do not recognize. My intention is to not bring unrest, but to help resolve the issues that plague the once beautiful and thriving southern suburb. And I don't intend to bring a nonprofit here, we're looking to bring for-profits here because the tax base needs to recover. I'm very clear with that. It wasn't outsiders who delivered for it happened, it was his own people, insiders. I listened to the commentary, and what I will tell you is this complainers never solve anything. That's why when I leave here, I'm going to go to that block where there's squads and I'm going to call the police. Because I pay attention. I do research. Within 30 days, you are not entrenched. You should be removed, and the police should move you. If the police show up, it is not because they're showing favoritism, it's because they're doing their job. And when citizens stop passing the buck and blaming other people and stand up, they see the result. Yes, Mr. Hassan can put out a narrative, but hardly. Everybody claimed the road. Did you know that it cost you over $3 million in legal fees? Because he continues to sue your city? Do you know that he has a sanctuary where there are illegal immigrants in deplorable living conditions? Do you know that Hassan has made countless promises to do right by the city? From dead dogs to dead humans to bad business practices. He has taken your land and not complying with your government. So only a fool will get up here and say, let's save Hassan, when Harvey is in peril. Just so that I can help you out. If a movie comes here, that's awareness. When people find out about you, they care about you, they visit you, because it ain't just citizens that take the help the taxes, it's also the visitors that help the taxes. When they want to come here and spend money and see what you got, maybe if they know how bad it is, they'll help you out. Because it is the call from one American to another, no matter where you geographically live. We are the United States of America. And when we show up for one another, things happen, change happens. I'm just going to talk about my truth. I've been called every name in the book except for who I am. After y'all saw what happened in Dalton, y'all didn't want me to come here to find the truth. You wanted me to come here to be an assassin. You wanted me to come here and be obedient, and I ain't that guy. So let's be clear here. I want to address one person in 15 seconds. You invited me, Coach Jackson, and you doubled down on it. But you have been silent while your lieutenants have attacked me, put out false narratives, have harassed me, and the difference between the two is I got receipts. Are you going to deal with that?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Never. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. We greatly appreciate all. Next, we have our department. That's what it works. Start with our departmental report, led by our city administrator, Davis, and we'll follow the agenda in a second.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Good evening, Mayor, council members, city staff, as well as residents. We passed approximately the halfway mark this year, and I'm proud to say Harvey is moving forward. We are making meaningful, measurable progress in building a better Harvey. Our work over the past year has been centered on a clear mission. We are prioritizing revitalization in our city and restoring pride in the neighborhoods that show it. Let's start with one of the most urgent priorities, safety and infrastructure. Streetlights in Harvey are no longer a promise. They are reality. If you don't remember, Halsted was not lit. On 159th, 147th, Broadway, all have received much needed lighting and safety for visibility. We're not done though. 147th Street is next. We're actively working through the grant details to get critical project completed as soon as possible. We partnered with ComEd, so we're repairing residential streetlights across the city. Once all existing lights are on, we will assess the additional lighting needs where poles have never existed. We've also taken firm action in long lighting, for long lighting and dangerous properties. Through the combination of grants and strategic programs, we've demolished more than a dozen deteriorated buildings, including key structure sites. I want to only mention a few on Broadway, Center, Lakeland, and Halsted, but there have been much more. So because, you know, a lot of people like to see, so I'll pull out a couple. 133 West 151st Place, 208 West 154th Place, 176 West 154th Place, 16404 Emerald, 15803 Lakewood, 15746 Park, 5127 Wood, 14933 Vale, 14830 Wood, 14825 Honorary, 14809 Plano, and the list goes on and on, the amount of properties that have actually been demolished over the time that we've been in office. The demolition also is not over. A lot of abandoned properties that are in the city does not own, but we still look to work with the Cook County Renew Program to bring back the demolition homes. One of our meaningful demolitions was a home next to Ms. Hummer West, who was displaced after a devastating fire. Thank you to Mayor Clark for helping her get back into her home. We've seen real momentum in economic development as well. 8 new businesses have opened their doors, so we would like to say welcome to Sherry Industrial, Clementine Cafe, Local 1, My First Step Daycare, Prime Auto Glass, Soria Imports, the Garage, and the Lux Station. We also look forward to opening new Air Cannabis dispensary. The groundbreaking recently and expected to open by September. This project represents not only major economic investment, but also a new era of opportunity for the city. This year marked the grand opening. We had the grand opening of Carter Lofts, expanded housing opportunities, and revitalized the downtown neighborhood. In addition, we have approximately 15 investors actively exploring opportunities and parties to prove that the confidence is growing in our city. Our partnerships are strengthening as well. We have Carson Car Wash that opened, Pull Investment, YMCA, and many more investments throughout the city. On the public safety front, we've made significant progress. We've welcomed multiple officers. We've welcomed people into our police and fire department with the expanded team and well-deserved promotions through both departments. Most notably, we accepted a brand new $2 million engine. This is our first engine that we've received, I want to say in over 20 years. We've also made major strides in infrastructure this year. We paid 147, which has never been paid in the last 10 years, 20 years. Dixie Highway, Halsted, 159th, East End, near Vincennes. We've paid Fairfield, Wichita, and Lakeland. We're not only focused on large projects, but we're also meeting individual needs, like the installment of a new water line in this Betty Allen Street. Perhaps the most historic achievement this year is we passed a comprehensive plan. The city City of Harvey, for the first time in over a decade, we have a bold and unified vision in guiding our growth, development, and future. Thank you.
Next, we have the police department.
Mayor, councilmen, and residents. I'm here today to provide an update on recent crime statistics and cases handled by the Harvey Police Department during the month of June 2025. This report also encompasses the department's overall activities for the past month. In June 2025, the Harvey Police Department's patrol division responded to a total of 2,324 calls for service and patrolled a total of 12,990 miles. Their efforts resulted in 55 misdemeanor arrests, 10 felony arrests, 131 moving and equipment violation and citations, 62 vehicles towed, and 51 reported accidents. I would also like to note that on the 4th of July, our officer recovered narcotics and rifle during that 4th of July weekend. It was something that happened during a traffic arrest. I just want to give kudos to the police department with the photo of the rifle as well as the handgun and narcotics that were recovered that day. I'm also pleased to report through the efforts of the Harvey Police Department's investigations division, felony charges were filed in significant criminal investigation. Some of you may have already heard of the shooting of 11-year-old Willow James in the 158 block of Carolina Avenue. On May 28, 2025, 11-year-old Willow James was struck in the head by a stray bullet while riding home from school in the vehicle with her father and her cousin. Willow was hospitalized and transferred to a rehab facility in the city of Chicago. I'm pleased to announce that she is doing better and on the road to recovery. Please keep her in your thoughts and your prayers. Following an in-depth investigation, the Harvey Investigations Division identified Braylon T. Waters, a 29-year-old male born July 30, 1995, from the city of Harvey as the defendant. Mr. Waters was taken into custody, and the firearm believed to have been used in the shooting was recovered in the search of his vehicle on July 1st. Mr. Waters was indicted on the following offenses: attempted murder, aggravated unlawful use of a firearm, and aggravated battery with a firearm, class X felony, in the state of Illinois. Lastly, I would like to highlight a special operation that was conducted by the Harvey Police Department in conjunction with TASK, which is a group that we utilize here within the city that we partner with, which is Treatment Alternatives to Safe Communities. They're known as TASK. They're an organization that our agency partnered with over the last few years. It provides case management and advocacy services for individuals facing mental health and substance abuse challenges. Their mission includes offering alternatives to incarceration and supporting re-entry into the community for various populations, including commercial sex workers and those with conflicts in the city. On July 2nd, 2025, the police department conducted an operation called Operation Springtime Safe Travel. During this operation, Springtime Safe Travel was an ongoing initiative focused on addressing concerns related to human trafficking and commercialized sex trafficking, which is prostitution, throughout the city. This operation aims to create a safer environment for everyone by allowing the police department to collect critical information and allocate appropriate resources to areas of need. This initiative encompasses various efforts, including issuing traffic citations, making criminal arrests, identifying drug activities, and raising community awareness. However, the success of this operation depends greatly on the support and involvement of our community members. We urge you to, if you see something, say something. Operation Spring Safe Travel is more than just a law enforcement effort. It's a collaborative partnership between the community, law enforcement, and local service organizations. Your participation is essential and will make a significant difference in enhancing the safety and well-being of our community. During this operation, as you can see probably on the screen, this is part of the operation that was conducted. We accomplished the following: 9 arrests for solicitation of prostitution, 3 vehicles were towed, and 3 commercial sex workers were referred to treatment and services through TASK, which is Treatment Alternatives for a Safer Community.
Throughout the month of June, 15 harmless bags were disseminated citywide. 3 individuals in the area of 146 and Halstead's business corridor were referred to treatment and surgery. 1 individual on 159th and Halstead is now re-engaged back into the treatment program. 3 individuals took harmless bags but denied having problems. And the task is also set to meet with our police department. We have a member here, if you don't mind standing up, from Texas. I do want to mention that in the harmless bags that are disseminated throughout our city, we have Narcan, water, a small snack, a $10 gift card, soap, and face towels. Some were even placed inside the city hall with our auxiliary officers here if someone knows someone in need. The Harvey Police Department remains steadfast in its dedication to enhancing the safety and quality of life for our residents. We value your continued support as we move the city forward. Should you have any questions or require further information, please do not hesitate to contact the Harvey Police Department or take a look at our police department's Facebook page. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Fire Department. Followed by Public Works.
Greetings, everyone. It's my privilege to present the Harvey Fire Department activities for the month of June 2025 on behalf of our fire chief, our official. We had a response of a total of 153 calls, 15 fire-related calls, which include brush fires, building fires, store fires, and vehicle fires. 42 EMS calls, which included motor vehicle incidents. 22 good intent calls. Those will include cancel dispatch, no incident found, or smoke-related fuel calls. Which also include 18 hazardous conditions, gas leaks, electrical wire, and power lines. 45 false alarm, included 150 activations, 9 service calls, public assistance, lockout, and finally, I'd like to announce that our fire department has initiated the Smart 911. This is a system whereby residents will be notified, and can be notified in case of emergency, be it in now. Our captains and other members of the departments are working with a QR code, and if you step outside the door, when you step outside the door, you see flyers. We have them posted also in libraries. We have reached out to some citizens, and our goal is to reach as many people as possible, so that everyone can be signed up for this app. If you have any questions concerning, you can reach us at the fire department.
Thank you. Next is Public Works, followed by Economic Development.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to take a few moments to provide a brief update on several key initiatives and ongoing efforts within Public Works over the past few weeks. First, I want to recognize the hard work and preparation that went into this year's 4th of July celebration. Our team worked diligently to ensure the city would be stressed and whereas trimming trees and beautifying the parade route and its surrounding areas. Their dedication helped create a festive and welcoming environment for everyone to enjoy. Moving on to Ward 5, I'm pleased to report that pothole repairs are now underway. So far, we've used 18 tons of coal patch material to improve road safety and driving conditions. We thank the residents for their patience and cooperation as this important work continues. In our grounds and maintenance division, the team has been focused on keeping our neighborhoods clean and well maintained. Over the past few weeks alone, they have mowed and trimmed over 197 vacant properties and lots. A significant effort that directly enhances the appearance and safety of our community spaces. We're also investing in our team's development. 6 employees have officially begun training for their commercial pesticide licenses. These 3-year licenses will enhance our ability to maintain public safety
development and making sure that we have jobs and investment from the city. Planning and zoning, as we look at around the city, how we can beautify it, plan for better RV, and also property sales, which is a big undertaking, given that we have a lot of property, but a lot of opportunity out there for people to really redevelop and revitalize. So on the business development front, we actually had 2 visitors come here. We went to the ICSC conference, and we met a lot of developers there, and invited them to come to RV, and we actually had 2 tours come, and we shared with them, one in particular wanted to do some park building development, and we shared with them 4 clusters of properties in downtown. Another developer was looking at single-family housing, and they wanted to put about 30 units, and we shared with them, what would it be if we really just take out this one block and build single-family homes on them? So those 2 are being considered. And again, the development process takes a long time. You get to share with them what are the opportunities, how long it takes, what are methods for sale, and so on. So it's a thing that we do on an ongoing basis. Another thing on the business development side, we received 8 applications for Class 8 property tax applications, and they're basically incentives to encourage businesses to really come to our community or expand. And so we have 8 of them here coming, and 1 is scheduled to go to the council with agenda for this coming month, which will be dealing with an abandoned industrial building and redeveloping that particular property. So we're excited about that. On the planning and zoning front, one of the things we do is we do zoning clearances. You just can't go anywhere in RV and set up shop. We have to get approval for that. So we had 64 zoning applications, 57 have been processed as of June 2025, 44 approved. We have 5 special use permits. And then what I wanted to say with the special use permit process, it's a way that we work with businesses today that we love to have in here in Harvey, but in order to really get the approval, we negotiate things like facade improvements, fencing, landscaping, and making sure that they really do a fantastic job of improving the business property. One example that you may have seen that was really a night and day difference was Prime Auto Glass on Halsted. Really excited about that. If you see the before and after pictures, the next time I'll get some photos up there, you can see what a great difference that made. Certainly made everybody proud, and we're proud to have them here in our city. So we'll just keep working with that. Well, we have 5 special use permits that paid their application. We're going to address them. August 27th is when we have a planning and zoning commission meeting, and we expect to have them all presented there. As far as property sales, the city has about 10 industrial properties, 8 commercial properties, about 120 residential properties. And yes, that's a lot, but that also creates opportunities, and that's why we work with developers, and there's been steady interest in that. In fact, what we've done as a city is we declared our city properties as surplus. We have produced lists and put them online for maps and lists that you can go and find out what property of interest you want, whether it's city-owned or whether it's privately owned. We've also developed an approval process, and also we're tracking them and making sure that when we review them, we can bring them before council. As a result of that, what we've received for right now, we're in the process of closing on 4 properties. J&T Group, 150 is Western, is a 16-unit park building. They'll be investing in $3,000. Neighborhood Services, they're at 149 28 Page, there's an 8-unit, and they're looking to invest $156,000. TK Construction, 159 20 Center, commercial property, they're investing $140,000. And then Blue Crest Estates at 60 East 105th Street, and they're investing $140,000. These are on the verge of selling, and as we sell them, we expect them to develop and make that investment. And again, we see revitalization of Harvey. So our city, our neighborhoods, and our province we need to take a comprehensive and multi-pronged approach, as I've been explaining. And we're all in this together. We have this great opportunity to work with residents, community partners, and small and large-scale developers to renovate and repurpose all these properties. So together we will improve the existing housing stock, add to the housing stock, and increase our population, and of course, improve home ownership along the way. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Mayor, members of the City Council, and Harvey residents. My name is Lonnie Preston. I'm the building director for the City of Harvey. It is both an honor and a responsibility to present this monthly report on behalf of the Building and Inspectional Services Department. Our department continues to work diligently to ensure that we provide timely and effective services to our residents in our community. For the month of June, we are pleased to report the following performance highlights. 70 permits were approved, ranging from residential upgrades to commercial improvements, helping maintain safety and compliance across our city. 20 new contractors' licenses were issued, welcoming skilled professionals to our local construction market. 60 business licenses were approved, a strong sign of continued business interest in the investment in Harvey. We are excited to report a noticeable influx of our new contractors expressed their interest in Harvey, working in Harvey. This increase of contractors engagement reflects the growing trust in our department and its city's direction. Our customer satisfaction survey is also going exceptionally well. We are receiving a significant amount of positive feedback, particularly regarding the responsiveness and the professionalism and overall production of our department. This tells us that our efforts to be more accessible, efficient, and resident focused are making a real impact. As we move deeper into the construction season, the Building and Inspectional Services Department remains committed to upholding the highest standards in service, safety, and community engagement. Together we are shaping a stronger Harvey, one permit, one property, one partnership at a time. This concludes my report.
Good evening, I'm Alexia Hall, Director of Communications for the city. I want to share a few exciting developments with you this evening. First, we introduced a new initiative called This Week in Harvey. It's a short, high-impact video update. It's 90 seconds or less that highlights the latest projects, events, and progress happening right here in our city. The goal is to keep our residents in the loop with quick, consistent updates. These videos are posted across our digital platforms and will soon be landing directly in your inboxes. Secondly, we are in the early stages of planning our third community solutions meeting. These meetings give residents a chance to share concerns, connect with city leaders, and hear about initiatives that directly impact your neighborhoods and your city. We'll keep you informed of the date as plans solidify. Finally, I'd like to encourage all of you to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our City of Harvey's YouTube channel. This is where we post timely updates, videos, photos, and information on city services and upcoming events. We are working hard to build trust, transparency, and to create a sense of connection across Harvey. And your continued support makes that possible. So for those of you who have not seen This Week in Harvey, let's take a look right now.
This Week in Harvey, for a quick look at the people, progress, and pride shaping our city. From safety efforts to star power, we've got a lot to cover. Ready? Let's go. The Harvey Police Department launched a targeted saturation effort of 154th Street to combat solicitations. Officers made arrests of both customers and individuals involved, while also offering support resources to those seeking help. The operation shows what happens when community voices are heard and public safety is made a top priority. Harvey celebrated Independence Day in style with a community parade, carnival games for the kids, and a fireworks finale that lit up the summer night. We want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors. This incredible day of celebration wouldn't have been possible without their support. And finally, there's a little bit of Hollywood in Harvey. Our city will soon be used as a filming location for season 2 of the Apple TV series. While we can't share the name just yet, keep your eyes open. Harvey will show up on your screen soon. Well, that's a wrap on This Week in Harvey. Stay safe, stay involved, and stay proud of the progress happening right here at home. See you next time.
everybody, to the mayor, to the city council, and residents and my coworkers. My name is Joseph Benson Jr. I'm the Director of Senior Services. Our department has some minor roles. They are health and informing and wellness. The greatest asset that we have in our communities are our seniors and little children. But today I'm going to make my report very short. During the last 2 weeks, last time we met, we had our Juneteenth meeting here at City Hall. We had 64 guests, and we had a lot of reflections about the past and the future. July 4th, we have our senior line dancing group. We walked down the 154th Street dancing. Seniors had a great time. We did line dancing and everybody knew the music and they all participated. We had 25 guests. We have grown from that to about 45 seniors. We meet here regularly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You're welcome to come. In closing, we had bingo, which is growing here, and that's once a month on Thursday. We had 46 participants, and they love to come out, and then they are going to other activities like playing cards, dominoes, and they're trying to hang out with one another at different homes in Hartman. What we're trying to do is get the seniors actively involved in the city, where we have block club parties like we used to have. Some of the things that the seniors possess the knowledge about what the community can look like and what it will be like if we work together. That is not important. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to begin by thanking everyone for being here tonight. I'm Charles Moore, the city collector of the city. It's an honor to speak directly with our residents, community partners, and my staff. As the city collector, my responsibilities and my commitment is to ensure that every city dollar includes managed with integrity, transparency, and purpose. The work we do in the Department of Revenue is not just about collecting funds, it's about ensuring that the funds collected can support the services and infrastructure our community can on. Over these past months, we've taken important steps forward. We've modernized our system to improve efficiency and make it easier for residents to access information, make payments, and understand their responsibilities to the city. We've strengthened internal controls and increased financial reporting and to promote accountability and reduce risk. And importantly, we focus on listening to your concerns about fines, fees, economic strains, and finding ways to offer flexible payment plans and more equitable policies. But we're not stopping there. Our vision for the year is ahead and it is clear. The future is we invest in our neighborhoods, improve our city services, and go hard in the economy in a way that benefits everyone. I close by thanking you for your time, your feedback, and your trust. The road ahead will have challenges, but transparency, we will keep hard on the path towards growth and stability. That concludes my report, and I want to thank you for making hard great.
Thank you. Thank you to department heads and reports that you give. We are speaking on behalf of the council, we're very impressed with what we do doing from that month. As we know, there are those who say there's nothing happening in life. But we definitely demonstrate that there is a lot of work being done in the city, just moving the city forward. It's unfortunate because many people's eyesight is so myopic that they can't see beyond their noses to see the great work that you're doing. Everything that I've heard far, from the city administrator, all the way down to the revenue department. It's absolutely stunning. And you guys continue to get better, each and every month, and your numbers show it. So, thank you so much, for everything you do. We have, next mayoral comments on what you're trying to do. In our meeting. 4th of July, first of all, I'd like to once again, thank staff, thank department heads, thank all the employees who participated in the 4th of July parade, picnic, and fireworks display. You know, there's some out there that just don't want to believe me, but we do have the best fireworks in Southland. I'm gonna keep saying that, and I dare everybody to challenge it and show us different. But as far as the 4th of July is concerned, we fund that through donations. And we've been funding the 4th of July through donations for quite some time, primarily because I wouldn't let the staff spend money on the 4th of July parade, so they had to find some other way to do it. And so what you're seeing, or what you see, you know, a lot of times people don't understand how it happens. So they think that there's something nefarious going on. But honestly, we have a lot of sponsors, a lot of donors that contribute, and the ones the staff does a lot of work to make sure that's done. Now, when you look at, say, for instance, the bills list, there's money that's being paid out, but that money is being paid out because donations came in. So, and that's actually how we have been able to have your 4th of July parade and celebration for all the years except for I think it was 2020. We didn't do it in 2020. So, but, you know, we also have the Mayor's Cup. And the Mayor's Cup is a 3-on-3 soccer event that's been held in our fourth year. Just want to make sure I had it right. It is now an event. And we have that was very plain English, a lot of participants, over 1,000 people come out to this particular event to either participate in the direct soccer or to support the teams that are playing. It is the only event that I know of in the summer that the youth participate in that actually offers money. Many times they offer little trophies and things, participation trophies and things like that. Well, we have grown throughout the years, and this year, the first place divisions, we had 7 divisions, and each division there was a first and second place. The first place got a $1,000 prize, and the second place got $500 prizes, and they got also medals. Once again, that's due to our sponsors. We've been sponsored by Winfrey, we've been sponsored by Canes, you said, I can't see you over here. Canes also sponsored us, which I thought was really unique because we don't even have the Canes in the city of Harvey. But, you know, they sponsor, and many others do as well. That particular event is something that we, like I said, we do every year, and we're in that 4th year. We specifically, you know, would love to see the diversity in the event. It seems like more of my Mexican, my Middle Eastern brothers and sisters participate. So we would, you know, like open the door to everybody else. But if you don't participate, you can't win. So soccer is probably, well, football, is that what you say? Football is the biggest sport in the world. And so it's one of the easiest sports for people to be able to participate in, and we're glad to be able to sponsor it here. as reported by staff, potholes, street lights, those things are already being handled. They're continually handled day in and day out. Even speed bumps, she wrote there, she also lists speed bumps, but we're still installing those. We haven't had a comprehensive plan since 1968. 1968. The city of Harvey finally has a comprehensive plan again, but we have not had one since 1968. Grants. One of the things that people I don't think understand about grants is grants come with a certain degree of trust. I think someone mentioned, I don't know if it was in the comments or in the departmental reports, that we have to dot I's and cross T's in order to get grants. We have to be able to demonstrate that we can comply with whatever the requirements may be as far as the grant is concerned in order for us to be able to receive. So when we get grants, for instance, to do 154th Street, and a lot of people seem to appreciate it, and that we were able to have a 4th of July parade on this year, that comes through a grant. We weren't receiving grants in this city for many years. You know what I'm saying? All women Drewski shaking her head here. We weren't able, for over a decade, we were not able to receive grants in the city of Harvey because we weren't dotting the I's and crossing T's. Now, can I say, is there room for improvement? Absolutely. However, the city of Harvey has definitely improved significantly as far as that's concerned. And it demonstrates that while some of us locally may not believe in what the administration is doing, there are people in the county, there are people in the state, and there are people in the federal government who believe what this administration is doing and the improvements that we have made. It's nice that we have been able to meet some people at ICSC. I'm glad that those representatives that went out on behalf of the city were able to make some connections and create some relationships. And going to ICSC is going to help us to improve from an economic development standpoint. And from Cesar Suarez, we're doing quite a few things as far as that's concerned. I actually met with the developer this week that was first established and met in ICSC, and I was able to have a follow-up meeting with that particular developer. I also have another developer who I actually have a relationship with and did not even know that he was a developer in the city of Harvey. And I won't say exactly what it is until the actual construction begins, and then everyone can see what that is. But the established relationships are still important. And it is moving us forward in the city. Finally, a few notes. One is, yes, before our last meeting, I wish everyone a happy Juneteenth. I hope everyone had a happy Juneteenth celebration. And of course, once again, Joe Whittington, as people call him, that comes right in my head. The work that you've done with the seniors to make sure that we have the activities. We want to have more and more activities for our senior population. And that's not to diminish on anybody else's population. Okay, but we do have a senior department for senior services. Seniors seem to have some of the most, I would say, probably unique issues that they have to deal with. And at times, those issues are not understood except for by those who can either have the empathy or the sympathy as far as handling them. And we want to make sure, I've said it before, those are people, where my loyalty at? My loyalty is the people who took care of me in this city when I was a little kid. And those people still live here. And those people helped to shape me into the person who I am. I could have taken a lot of other directions. could have done a lot of good things. But I didn't do those things because people were willing to cuff me and pull me to the side and explain some things to me. Okay, I had a mom who worked 7 jobs. So I was really raised by a village because of that. She did all the work with the food on the table, but there was the village that was helping along. And I'm grateful to those people, and I will continually be loyal to those people until my dying day. So that's just that. Now, as far as, first of all, Chicago PD feels here at City of Harvey. Well, that says anything about that. We're glad that Chicago PD feels here. First of all, number one is Harvey's very own Royce Hawkins plays Lieutenant Atwater in Chicago PD. And we're so happy, and he is so proud to be able to have some influence in where he works to actually bring them back to the community in which he's from. Okay? And so we love the fact that he does that. And he shows whatever love that he possibly can to this city in the best way that he possibly can. We're not expecting him to save the city, but we do appreciate the fact that he recognizes this. And when he does, what she does, yeah, they do hire some of our police officers to do security. They do bring money to the city. Okay, and that is also helpful as well. It's not a lot. I know some people think, well, so going up rich. You know what I'm saying? Which might I add, that's scarcity thinking. But you're not going to even give that excuse for it. Scarcity versus abundance thinking. But that's not a lot of money, but it shows us that people believe it. They can work with this city to come here and film here, while they can go to other municipalities, such as Chicago, and they've expressed it, and have more difficulties trying to deal with those cities to get permits just to be able to film. So we invite more to come, and it just so happens that more and more filmmakers are starting to see that the Harvey administration is easier to deal with, and so they choose to do business in our city. And so I'm proud of that. Now, last but not least, I am going to try to call the truth. Okay? I know some of y'all didn't expect this, but I'm going to try to call the truth. One of the things that happened when I was talking to one of the developers, they talked about what was going on in the city. Developers investors are very conservative. They just don't like a lot of foolishness and nonsense. And it's not to say that some are against the city or some are in favor. It's not even my issue. My issue is what the developers and the investors see. And when the investors and developers see one city over here as, for all intents and purposes, all intents and purposes, it's a quiet city. And then you got a city over here that's noisy as beyond belief. They choose the quiet city. Now, mind you, neither one of those cities are perfect. Neither one of those cities are absent of problems. It's just how they go about handling those problems is what makes the difference. If you don't think that they got problems in Orland Park, you haven't really investigated Orland Park. If you don't think that they got problems in Homewood Glen and Mokina and Homewood, Homewood has bank robberies. Sorry, Homewood, because I ain't trying to throw you on the bus. But Homewood has bank robberies in the middle of the day. In the middle of the day. But how they handle it is different. Okay? So what I responding to it unless it's positively moving this city forward. So that's going to be my philosophy going forward. So, once again, freedom of speech is just that. And you're more than welcome to accuse me of whatever you want to accuse me of. But if while you're doing it, it's not moving this city forward, I'm not addressing it. 2, as the mayor, my door has always been open and continues to be open. If you are bringing a positive and viable solution to some of the problems that we have, I welcome you to invite you to make an appointment with the office. Okay? If you're bringing something positive and viable. But the last thing that I would like to see, and the last thing we're going to see from this administration at least, is the degree of venom and vitriol that has continued over the past few months. We gotta stop it, and I gotta lead by example. So I'm going to do just that. My focus, my main focus, has always been improving the city. I'm going to continue to work to do so. My team is going to continue to work to do so. I'm sure I know that all persons are going to continue to work to do so. And you can judge us by the things that these people over here have said. Because you can't beat that. No matter what you want to say about this administration, no matter what you want to say what's going on in the city of Harvey, you can't beat that. And in no other city, you can go online and look at it. You don't have the department heads giving that type of information to that type of level. You don't have it. There may be an exception to the rule, because there's always an exception to the rule. But I tell you, you don't get it in Southland, and they're working their hind parts off. And they continue to do so. And what we're going to do is we're going to stay positive. We're going to stay positive so that our investors can see who we are. We're going to stay positive so that our people can see that as things are happening that are maybe not satisfactory, we are trying to come up with solutions. And we invite every single person, friend or foe, that if you have a viable solution and you know how to do it better, bring it to us. Write it down. Put together a proposal. Show us how it can be done. We're going to continue to expound on this so that everyone can see. But as far as we're concerned, the days of the venom and vitriol, that's over. It is not productive for our city. It keeps investors from wanting to invest in our city. And for those of you who are here from our neighboring community that have been dealing with that type of issues for the past, I don't know, 4 years, 2 years, however long it was, you're going to have to go through that same issue as well. Because investors watched how the community was, not just the administration, but how the community conducted itself. And I can guarantee you that that's going to have an impact on your ability to attract investors in the future. So, I don't know if someone will consider that to be an olive branch or not, but it is. And I hope that you will take it in the spirit in which you see it.
All right, I'm ending this, y'all.
If there is nothing else for the good of the order, Chair is taking motion to adjourn.
Yes.
Motion by the first,